Hi everybody, today we're going to be jumping into lesson 2 in our ratios and proportions topic, and we're going to be talking about unit rates with ratios as fractions. So the past couple days we've been talking about unit rates, and now we're going to throw some fractions into our unit rates and see how we can solve those problems. So for example, 1, Bronwyn mows the lawn every other weekend. She can mow 12,000 feet in 2/3 hours. So 12,000 feet on top, and she can mow that in 2/3 hour on bottom. So this is what a unit rate, or this is what a rate looks like when we have a fraction there. But now the problem is telling us that what if the lawn is 36,000 feet? How long would it take her to mow that entire lawn? So now, instead of 12,000 feet, what if I have 36,000 feet? How long would it take me to mow that lawn? So what I want to do here is I want to think about, how am I getting from 12,000 to 36,000? So if I don't know that off the top of my head, I can use my calculator, and I can divide 36,000 by 12,000. And that tells me that I am multiplying 12,000 by 3 to get to 36,000. With rates and ratios, whatever you do to the top or the bottom, you have to do to the other. So since I multiplied the top by 3, I'm going to multiply the bottom by 3. So I'm going to do 2/3 times 3. What is 3 as a fraction? 3 as a fraction is 3/1. I always do top times top, bottom times bottom. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. This is not simplified. What is 6 divided by 3? 6 divided by 3 is 2. So my answer would be 2 here. It is going to take me 2 hours to mow a lawn that is 36,000 feet. Example 2, Pam and Jake drive trucks for a produce company. One day, Pam drove 102 miles in 1.5 hours. So Pam is driving 102 miles in 1.5 hours. Jake drives 54 miles in 3/4 hour. Who drove at a faster rate? Now, to be able to compare these, to be able to figure out who drove faster, we can't just say, now some of us might say, well, Jake, because he's driving, Jake drove slower because he's driving less miles, but we can't actually compare them until we find the unit rate. So to be able to compare, we always want to find our unit rate. So to do that, to be able to have our unit rate, our denominator of 1 for both, we're going to have to divide. So we need to divide for Pam. We need to divide by 1.5. So we're going to have to do 102 divided by 1.5. To do that, what is 102 as a fraction? 102/1. To be able to divide, I'm going to have to turn 1.5 into an improper fraction. To do that, I need to do whole number times denominator plus my numerator. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. I'm going to have 3/2 because my denominator always stays the same. So now I can just multiply because I have 102/1 divided by 3/2. We want to do our keep, change, flip, or if you're used to Miss Matheny, inverse the second, multiply the rest. So 102/1 times 2/3. Top times top, bottom times bottom. 102 times 2 is 204. 1 times 3 is 3. We actually need to simplify this though. So 204 divided by 3 is going to be 68. So Pam is driving 68 miles per hour, or for 1 hour. Now let's calculate Jake. So for Jake, we have 54 divided by 3/4. Oops, not 34, 3/4 to find his unit rate. 54 over 1. We're going to do our keep, change, flip, or inverse the second, multiply the rest. So 54 over 1 times 4 over 3. Top times top, bottom times bottom. 54 times 4 is 216. 1 times 3 is 3. What is 216 divided by 3? It is 72. So Jake is driving 72 miles in 1 hour. So looking at Pam, 68 miles in 1 hour versus Jake, 72 miles in 1 hour, who is driving faster? Jake is driving faster because he is going farther in just 1 mile. All right, last one. Claire boarded an airplane in Richmond, Virginia, and flew 414 miles directly to Charleston, South Carolina. The total flight time was 3/4 of an hour. How fast did Claire's airplane fly in miles per hour? So again, we want to find how much she's driving, or I'm sorry, how far she's flying in just 1 hour. So we want to find her unit rate. So to be able to do that, we are going to divide. So 414 divided by 3/4. 414 as a fraction is what? Over 1. We're going to do our keep, change, flip. That's a bad K. Or inverse the second, multiply the rest. So 414 times 4 over 3. Top times top, bottom times bottom. 414 times 4 is 1,656. 1 times 3 is 3. What is 1,656 divided by 3? That would be 552. So Claire's airplane is flying 552 miles per 1 hour.